became a really good friend.
Yep, anybody that knew Rona was blessed, that's for sure.
I really owe my success, I believe, to her.
Now, how did you guys meet?
She's a market manager.
She recruited you.
So were you already
she
in
recruited me when
So you were already there.
Well, no, she was there before me.
Okay.
I joined, and she was the market manager for the territory that I was under, so she kind of took me under her wing, you know, and the woman knew branding, that's for sure.
Oh my God, did she ever?
You know,
It just poured out of her
Yeah.
pores. She just,
It's
it's what
not
she
that
excelled
funny.
at. What?
That's not that funny. You know why I say that? Because in the last few weeks before she went to the hospital, poor woman had weeping legs.
Oh, yeah.
Although
I get
she
that.
was retaining so many fluids from the kidneys not filtering anymore, that her legs were all
They
blown up.
swelled so tight.
And liquid was pouring out of her pores. And that's why I was saying to you, like, that's not that funny.
Yeah, but everyone needs to know that.
I know. Is that on live stream?
Yes, it is, honey.
Shit balls.
Well, you'll get to meet the other side of Rona.
So you're also a daughter?
Yes. The older one.
The older one?
Oh.
Do you guys live locally?
I'm in Connecticut.
Okay.
Sam's in Fishkill. So
Yeah.
she's a little bit more local than I am.
Yeah.
But I was local up until what?
Yeah, but you were never Duchess. So you're
No, not
right?
Duchess.
So local
No.
for him, I'm assuming he was Duchess.
No, yeah.
Well, he's Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little more than I know. Not bad.
So I'm originally from Walden.
Walden?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's lovely. We went from
I live up in Akron now,
no,
but originally that's where I come
Do you have
from.
a
No, there's 4
neighbor?
people.
No. I just worked for her at the house.
Is there a comment thing? Can they comment?
14, almost 14 years living.
Hi,
14
yes.
in February.
Is anyone out there who wants to say hello to us?
Doing parties with her.
Right.
Going on vacation with
Il va falloir qu'on fasse ça en français et en anglais.
Non,
She was like,
j'ai pas les deux.
"Oh,
Hein.
she was like,
J'ai pas écrit de discours en français. Hein.
Oui, mais si on
She's a
parle
wonderful woman. I'm gonna miss
Bah,
her.
ils comprennent l'anglais quand même. Hein. Faut pas
masques.
exagérer. Hein. Bonjour. Hi. Oh yeah. Get arrested.
C'est moi. When the first time.
Is anyone? Who is this? Sit. Is someone telling me to sit?
Non, salut.
Oh,
non,
merde.
mais
Non mais c'est grave, j'ai des problèmes. Hein.
Non, mais
Léa et Nathan.
Oh,
Coucou,
voilà,
Léa.
salut,
Coucou,
ma
Nathan.
chérie.
Ça c'est gentil. On espère que oui.
Oh.
Bah ouais. Ouais.
Oui.
Bah écoute, on pleure aussi, on rit aussi. Hein. C'est comme ça la vie. Bon. Oh my God, no.
That's what it is unstable. Please wait while we're trying to reconnect.
That sucks, Jen.
Bon, bah, s'il y a des interruptions,
Hi, Harriet.
si ça interrompt, pardon, hein, on est dans un immeuble que je connais pas trop, donc je sais pas si le Wi-Fi va marcher 100%.
It's so beautiful
What's so beautiful?
when you guys speak like that.
Oh,
I love it.
I just want to make sure that...
Well, no, we're coming.
Et vous pouvez nous entendre? You guys can hear
I don't
us?
speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I think I know a little bit all the years that I've worked for them.
And no one's going to answer it.
Responding? Harriet, oh yes, don't worry. Oui, ok.
Très bien.
Vous pouvez nous entendre. Très bien, excellent.
Mouah. Arrête!
Non mais ça va pas la tête. Ok, Léa, je crois que tu es la seule qui nous réponde. Tu nous guides. Tu peux nous voir là, c'est bien? Tu nous vois et tu nous entends? Hi, Cheryl. Hi, thanks for logging on.
This is so worth it, even if there's no one in this building. It's so worth it.
Even if it's just us, crazy bitches, we're happy we're doing this.
Oh, you know what? Let me close out Facebook. Maybe that might help with streaming. Okay. Oh, hi, Bev.
Can you hear me?
me?
Bev, that's not the way it works.
You can only hear us.
It's not interactive.
Yeah, Eugénie.
Eugénie, coucou mes cousines, chérie d'amour. Mouah, mouah, mouah. Right? It's just you and me. We can give each other COVID, I guess. Yeah, personne.
Aïe, 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 aïe.
Eugénie, est-ce que ta maman peut voir aujourd'hui sur YouTube ou pas? Hi, Cheryl. Love you too, Cheryl. Thanks for logging on.
Had the time of my life.
She can't sing for shit. Hi.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing here? Oh, honey.
I don't totally know. Je ne sais pas. Okay, d'accord. Cheryl Barker, do you know? I hope that's Sandy. Bev, is Sandy able to log on to YouTube? I'm hoping.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Well, Eugenie, I hope that your mom can log
I
on.
left mine at home.
I'm all right. I'm okay. You sure? Absolutely. Make sure you sign in.
Hi guys, how are you?
We are Dave and Tracy from Best Virgin Media.
Thank
We
you so
work
much
with
for
them.
coming. I'm Samantha. I'm Rona's younger
Hi,
daughter.
Samantha.
And the pregnant one over there is Jennifer, the older daughter.
Okay.
So kind of you guys to come.
No, we wouldn't
Thank
miss
you
that.
so
She was
much.
such an inspiration to so many of us.
Jersey, right?
Yeah.
So that is so kind of you, especially in
Thank
this
you.
pandemic. So she would be so touched. None of her family can make it because they're just too nervous to come
Yeah.
because of the pandemic, and many of them live states away. So this is a bizarre service where a lot of it will be friends and colleagues, and we are touched by you guys coming. So thank you.
Rona was special, for sure.
She was the best, that's for sure.
She was kind of a rock star.
We're gonna
right?
honor her. We're gonna have our division's gonna we're gonna do a Rona Boyer Award every year.
Oh my
for someone.
God! Stop.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna,
Oh, she would be so excited. Oh my
She would be
goodness.
so touched. She would be.
For everything.
her go-to, yeah.
So
So,
yeah, we're gonna do something.
She was so well loved by everybody across the country, which she did. She inspired a lot of people.
She was that kind of woman, right? She was that kind of woman. I don't know who this is. I'm so sorry. Just in case it's someone who wants to.
Yeah.
Hello, but feel free to take a look at the posters if you want. Hello. Speaking. Speaking.
I'm Jennifer. Hi, Maureen. How are you? Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome, sorry.
Thank you.
Yes.
When you guys get, when you get here.
Tim, can I interrupt you? I met my mother's funeral, and I can't. I know, so I'm so sorry to say that to you. I thought it was someone calling to get directions to the funeral home. Can we talk?
Yes.
Is that?
And my sister has two, so she was able to at least become a grandmother and benefit. And
Okay.
I think
Can you do me a favor, because I'm gonna forget to call you. Can you just call me tomorrow? Thank you, Tim, I
I'm
appreciate
sure
it.
she did. Among a lot of other things. My mom was a storyteller.
A plumber. Sorry, I can't.
Oh,
It was a plumber.
is it the one for over at Mom's house?
Yes, she was Miss Glamour. All right, we're good
She
here.
did love her beautiful clothes, that was for sure.
So we have people coming in and out.
No, I'm
Donc on a
fine.
beaucoup
I was there.
de
I
personnes
was
qui
at
viennent là,
her
qui sont là.
house.
Je tiens, je vais te montrer.
Yes, definitely had that, yeah.
Donc là, je.
Doucement, doucement.
Oh mais,
Yeah, that.
bah tiens, il y a Rona derrière moi. Voilà. D'accord. Et les fleurs, les belles fleurs. The pretty flowers.
D'accord, donc tu nous vois?
T'es en train de bloquer les fleurs.
Merde.
So we're having a turnout.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I know, Sam. Sam. This is GAFA's owner. Hi, Cousin Alan. We miss you all so much. Hi, Liv. Oh, hi, V. It was so nice to see you the other day, babe. Salut, Tata. J'adore tout ce truc. Bon, Je vais aller dire bonjour à tout le monde. Tiens, je vais faire ça alors. Pour maintenant. Voilà, regardez les gens. Look at the people.
We have 2 hours too, like 2 hours feedback.
She's not going to get much bigger. Hi, Louisa. Good, how are you? Hi, guys. Sounds like no one's going to come.
I said, no one's gonna come. But Kathy and John are here. So
I see that.
Hi guys, thanks so much for coming.
You met my mom once. That's a support kid.
That's so
But I met you.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yes, I want to meet the puppy, but I can't bring Marley. No?
Flowers are beautiful.
Kill the dog. Yes. All right, Alex will enjoy playing. I messed it up too. I was the first one to mess it up. Oh my God! What are you doing
Who's
here?
this one from, Sam? Did you guys get this one?
It's from my French family.
How was?
Beautiful.
Sorry, it's from my French family.
It's like a red zone for a while.
It is.
Yeah. I think it's back down to yellow.
If Sandy,
Sorry.
Sandy's not making it. I don't, like, I get it. Sam, this is Freddie's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Or Evelyn's daughter.
I wanna go to a restaurant.
So,
You need it.
How are you?
You need it.
We'll take some. That was at Sam's wedding, I believe. This was at their wedding, this was their wedding. She was a beautiful woman.
My dad
Unlike my mother.
Who's that? Judy. Oh, she wanted to be here. She's not coming?
My mom and dad.
She sent me a note this morning saying her son just got diagnosed. So she's on
We've got her like on lockdown because she's too frail.
Same thing with, Jean, I know Jeannie, her family members.
When my mom had
Yeah.
a stroke 5 years ago.
So she said she didn't want to take a chance.
And did,
Well,
she
there
ever
was a-
remarried?
Tom and Mary got failed.
So I was, that was like 30 years ago.
That was a long
Yeah. I remember that.
I'm glad.
In Orange County, where we live. Yeah. March, and I look a little bit bigger than him. My brother is having his first in March as well. 46 years old, having his first. Oh my God. Is she freaking out a little bit? She's 35, it's her first as well, so, yeah. Yeah, but still for men, it still hits them.
Yeah.
It still hits them. My husband's like, I'm gonna be 42 when I have my second one. It's like, you're fine. You got a brand new hip, you're good. Run around.
I'm gonna see what time it is. And maybe we should.
We can start. We can start.
Oh, I guess it's early. It's just 2:03.
That's a good reason. Okay.
It's only 2:03. Guys, are you okay if we wait like another 5, 6, 7 minutes?
Sure.
Just want to give people a chance.
I love you,
Okay.
cousin Jen. Everyone just saw my butt.
People are gonna think that we're on drugs, you know.
We're gonna wait 5 more minutes. On va attendre 5 minutes pour voir s'il y a d'autres gens qui arrivent to see if other people are coming. What? Well, I figured I'd do both languages.
No,
It
you
might
have
make it easier.
to. You have to.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Where do you girls live?
I live in Fishkill.
Okay.
I'm in Connecticut. Yeah. Widely. You're on the other side of the country?
No, she said not.
Oh. I'm like, what are you doing here?
They're all from New Jersey.
That's far. That is far. Did Karen send on?
Karen is on. Karen is
Oh
on.
my God. Hi, baby. I miss you. Oh, hold on one second. My man, who's not here.
Oh.
I don't think you're going to be able to recognize Miss Ola. Shocked. It, like the crap out of me. So, all right. She says hi.
She does.
Oh. These are coming off because they're just going to fall off.
Yeah. They should hire you. Good job.
Oh, Nate. Hi, Mike. Hi, guys. Salut, Benji.
Me too. I was gonna wear this.
Carmen says, wow. Hola.
This was sitting out, I was like,
Salut, Karen. Salut, Dudu.
If you're comfortable, feel free to take the chairs if you're comfortable. There's no one else. Feel free. Feel free.
Miss you too, Miss Liv. So we're live streaming.
I know.
In case no one figured it out, because we have family in France, and then Mom's Jewish family is all over the United States. So we figured it'd be nice for them to be able to join in on YouTube, which I had never done before. So this is kind of fun. And everyone's chiming in. Oh, and they're all talking to each other.
Which is great. I'm just wondering, Alan,
What are you wondering?
I'm wondering if Sandy Blitz is on. And I'm wondering if Alan or Bev can make sure that Sandy is on, that maybe Darcy wants to be on. I don't know how like
How what?
instant this is.
Oh, it's pretty instant.
Well, I don't want to start without Sandy
No, I agree.
or Darcy. Hey, Liv. Couple more minutes, hoping that they can log
So
on.
raise your hand if you're business part of Mom. There we go. Okay, wow. Nice.
Well, we do want to thank you all for coming, all of you. It's hard for my sister and me because we have a tremendous amount of loving family in France. And even though they weren't Rona's family by blood, they were her family, through marriage. But because she was a part of that story for close to 40 years, they all loved her dearly and considered her their sister, their daughter, their aunt. And it's very sad for all of them, for us, that they're not here because of COVID. So this room, should have like 30 more people in it just from France alone. And they're not able to be here, but thankfully, hopefully many of them are logging on to this like silly YouTube live stream. In addition to the French family, who I know loves us and is supporting us from miles away, we also have a lot of family here in the States. My mother had several cousins, and I'm really touched by the presence over here of Evelyn's daughter. I just can't believe that you came from Orange County. Thank you. She had, Rona had cousins in Florida and in Texas, and people who live in Manhattan and in New Jersey, but again, it was hard for them to make the trip because of COVID. So we decided to have a service nonetheless, because so many people from Millbrook and BVM reached out to us and told us how heartbroken they were that Rona passed away. And I called my sister last week and said, I know people can't come to this service from our families, but I think that Rona had her own family outside of our families, and maybe there's a need for a service. Even if the people that we know and love can't make it, I think that she had people that she knew and loved in her own way through Millbrook, through BVM. Let's have a service. And my sister was like, if that's what you think people would want, then let's do it. And so we want to thank all of you guys for coming. It means a lot to us, and it would mean a ton to Rona, really.
Well, to add on to my sister's thoughts is we lost our father 5 years ago, and we were very worried about Mom being alone in Millbrook. It's surrounded by so many woods, but most importantly, what was she going to do with her life? And she had BVM, and it really became her whole world. And until a week up until her passing, she was still wanting to work. And I do have to thank you for giving her that opportunity, because it's what kept her brain challenged. It's what kept her womanhood happy. Though, we as her family really fed into that. But if it wasn't for BVM, I don't think my mother would be the same. So I really do need to thank you for taking her in, because was the best time of her life, I think, because it gave her so much feeling of success and so many new people in her life. So thank you. Thank you very much, because it's very much appreciated.
She was so attached to BVM. I mean, Jen's saying it was for the best time of her life. I'm not going to lie. That's not true. She had years and years of crazy success.
It gave her the last
in
best
her
years
20s,
of her
30s,
life.
and 40s. But I would say,
that?
yes, but I would say like in her later years, I think BVM was like a resurgence for her, like a renaissance. So we're so glad for her.
Very well put.
And I was telling Judy, who I know can't be here today, I was telling Judy Welty over the phone the last week or two that, and Chris remembers this, in her last 2 or 3 days of life, like on the COVID unit in the hospital, Mom called me to say, I need you to email Dave Murata. I need you to email Tom Fassbender. And I said, I have no idea who these people are. And she, and literally her last day or two of life was telling me letter by letter how to email you guys. And she said, I need you to send them an email that says urgent. I said, okay, Mom, what's the body of the email? And she was like, do February. Do the February issue. Take over February issue. I was like, Mom, I'm pretty sure they know to do that. But she was so attached to it. Like that was her last day or two, was like, how can I kind of like hand off the magazines in the way that the company knows I just won't be here to take care of it anymore. So
let's just see. Sandy was supposed to sign in. Sandy, did you sign in yet?
Let's hope he has. We're going to begin because we don't want to waste any more of your time. One of my mom's closest cousins, whose name is Sandy Blix, couldn't make it today, obviously. So he asked me to read something on his behalf. Rona was one of my 17 first cousins, Sandy says. First cousins share grandparents. They're children of a parent's sibling, and Rona's mother was my mother's sister. We were born more than a decade apart. At Rona's second or third birthday party, I was a fledgling teenager. So one wouldn't think that there would be a close bond between us. However, despite growing up and going our separate ways, we became close cousins, friends, and confidants to each other. This did not happen until we both traveled the world, established careers and families. Working at several jobs here in New York, Rona landed a job with the international advertising agency McCann Erickson. She worked in several of their European offices, including Portugal, Italy, Finland, and finally their European headquarters in Paris, France. Eventually, Rona headed up this prestigious Paris headquarters. It's here where she met and married Gerard Boyer, and gave birth to her 2 wonderful daughters, Jennifer and Samantha. In addition to being an advertising executive and a mother, Rona learned to be a great cook and a world-class backgammon player. Rona played backgammon with some of the world's greatest players, including Omar Sharif, if anyone in the room remembers who he was.
I think they do.
While traveling in Africa on business, Rona contracted malaria. I don't know how many of you guys knew that. We were probably 7 and 9 when she got malaria. She almost died at that time because the doctors were having difficulty in treating her illness. It was at this time that when Rona finally overcame malaria, she decided that she wanted to return home to the States. And at this time, when Rona and Gerard were looking to establish themselves here in the US, it was at this time that we burnished a great friendship and a bond. Despite our age differences, political philosophies, and life experiences, we loved being in each other's company. We looked forward to our constant debates. Despite our differences, we could usually agree on about 80% on any subject, and we both thought that this was a great achievement and could never understand why others couldn't reach the same results despite differences. Rona loved sharing her life with others, and she was genuinely interested in other people's lives. She wanted to know of their interests in life. Some of my grandkids would ask me, when is cousin Rona coming to visit us? They genuinely loved listening to her life stories. And I dare say that there are many others probably here nodding their heads saying that this is the kind of relationship that they too had with Rona, because this was the essence of Rona Pashkin Boyer. She loved life and the people in her life, especially her 3 grandchildren, Melanie, Luke, and Alex. Rest in peace, Rona. So Sandy, thank you for sending that to me last night. I'm really honored and proud that I got to read that on your behalf. We should probably say that, as you can see, our children are not here, but they do exist. We swear. We just made a decision last week that it wouldn't be appropriate for them to be here. They're 6, 4, and 2. And we actually wanted to focus on each other and on Mom. And if our kids were here, that never would have happened. So we promise you they exist, and there's a poster board somewhere over there with Rona and her grandkids. I'm going to let Jen speak.
Yay. All right. I'm going to try to do this. Let me clear the eyes so I can see what I'm reading. Rona, a woman of strength, integrity, wisdom, and morality. A woman with a thirst for knowledge and a curiosity for life. A woman known for her influences. A woman to be admired and revered. A woman I called my mommy. My mom excelled at anything that she found interesting and worth her time. Her intelligence and knowledge always wowed me. How can one person be so good at so many things? Is something I often pondered. Another puzzling ability of my mom's was her constant state of happiness. No matter what was happening in her life, she showed only the good. Growing up with a mother such as Rona was interesting to say the least. The stories of her life were amazing to listen to. I have tried to come up with just one story to share, but so many come to mind that one would not do her any justice. I always thought that the things she experienced, the obstacles she overcame, were meant to be for the big screen. Her love for so many things made for a fun childhood. As a family, we traveled, we played cards while listening to Barbra Streisand. We hosted many parties for many people. We laughed, we lived. Because of my parents, I grew up cultivating a love for food, wine, and the importance of family time. My mother showed me how to love, how to respect myself, how to choose right from wrong, and most importantly, showed me that I was worth loving. To me, my mom was everything. My protector, my mentor, my soundboard, my savior, my world. She never once gave up on me. I was not an easy child. In fact, I put her through a lot. But Mom made the choice. I have become a healthy person, a happy wife, and a loving mother because of her impact on my life. I hold dear to me the time I had with her. I am saddened not to be able to share more. 74 was too young for her to leave this world. She had so much more to do, to give, to learn. She deserved to be around to watch her grandchildren grow. Being a grandma was her last effortless success. Melanie, Luke, and Alex will forever remember their time with my mom. Of course, her last grandchild, due in March, won't get the chance to meet her, but will absolutely get to hear all her wonderful stories. We all miss her dearly. I can't imagine what life without her will be like, but I do know something we'll be surely missing. I want to take a few minutes to share with you lyrics from a song that to me screamed out Rona, my mother. Oh yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. You can bend, but never break me, because it only serves to make me more determined to achieve my goal. I come back even stronger, not a novice any longer, because you've deepened the conviction in my soul. I am woman, watch me grow. See me standing toe to toe as I spread my loving arms across the land. But I am still an embryo with a long way to go until I make my brother understand. Oh, I am woman, hear me roar. Mom, I love you as big as the sky. You will forever be in our thoughts. I'm just gonna put this on here.
So I apologize in advance because I'm a little bit more long-winded than my sister. And I'm sad that I don't have a podium. It's very challenging to look down and look up. Do you guys know those women for whom children are the end-all and be-all of their lives? You know those women who feel that motherhood is going to bring them every joy life has to offer and nothing else would really matter as long as they have children? That was not our mom, okay? That was not our mom. Our mom was a kick-ass businesswoman whose career in advertising brought her fulfillment and self-actualization in ways that motherhood could not. And as a child, I did not understand that. So I was upset that she was traveling all the time, frequently coming home late after dinner meetings and unable to stay home with us when we were sick. Mom was no joke. Her idea of going to the movies, Jen, remember, was attending the Cannes Film Festival. Her version of going out to dinner was dining at Maxime's in Paris with presidents of billion-dollar companies. Her way of throwing a barbecue when we lived in the States was buying 100 Bernardo plates so her guests wouldn't have to eat their lobster tails and truffle sauce out of a paper plate. As kids, Monday through Friday, Jen and I had nannies to bring us to school, pick us up from school, make dinner, and put us to bed. What I didn't realize as a kid was that mom wasn't just mom. I mean, I knew she disappeared all the time, but I didn't really get what she was doing when she wasn't with us. But she was Rona Pashkin Boyer, at that time the worldwide coordinator for the L'Oreal account at McCann Erickson, and working her tail off every single day, from sun up to sundown, to land and keep many other multi-million-dollar accounts. So yes, I guess she was kind of busy and preoccupied during the week, and putting a Band-Aid on my knee when I fell off my bike after school wasn't exactly her priority. But on Saturdays, Jen, I think you remember, while Gerard was hunting or golfing, depending on the season, he was a very busy man, Rona was mom. There was no nanny to be seen on the weekends. She would bring us clothes shopping, to the movies, to ethnic restaurants where she introduced us to Moroccan food. You just said couscous, Indian food, fine Chinese cuisine. Even when we were just 5 and 7, she would spend hours going from one specialty shop to another. Do you remember this? We would get our cheese from this store. We would get our baked goods from this store. We would get our meat here and our chicken there. It would take us like 4 hours to buy food for the week, traipsing around the 16th arrondissement of Paris. But my sister and I didn't care because we were with our mom. She would seat us on a bench right outside a shop, allowing us to indulge in our pain au raisin while she food shopped for upcoming meals. And I remember sitting on the bench, eating my warm pain au raisin next to Jen, and looking through the shop window, seeing mom carefully select her items with her perfectly manicured red nails. And unlike with our nannies, who, by the way, like came and went, it was kind of a revolving door, being with mom made me feel safe, warm, and I'm going to say whole, right? It was just a feeling of wholeness. Now, Gerard, I have to tell you, was like the more practical person in the house who taught my sister and me like really interesting and useful things at a young age, like how to track a deer in the woods, how to break up a dog fight without getting bit. We were like 6, okay? How to choose the right pair of shoes to wear depending on the weather. I could go on and on about what Gerard taught us. And I must have boasted about it one day because when I was little, mom said to me, I know that dad teaches you lots of cool things. I mean, Gerard was the cool parent and Rona was like the nerd. And she said to me one day, yeah, dad teaches you a lot of cool things, but I'm teaching you something super important each and every day. I remember like growing wide-eyed and wondering like what could be more important than how to crack the top off of the soft-boiled egg without piercing the yolk? Like what could be more important than that? She said, I'm teaching you how to think, Sam. And that's exactly what she did. She wasn't strict about rules or enforcing a code. Sure, she had expectations and standards, and you knew it when Rona disagreed, disapproved, or was just flat out angry. But she was really big on, Sam, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Let's think about our options. Let's discuss the possible outcomes. Let's explore the various solutions and consequences. And that's what we did, starting at a young age. Talk things through and think things through in order to make the wisest decision. It was simple when I was little. It was like what outfit to wear to school, right? Depending on like what I wanted to wear and what the weather was like. Eventually it was, bigger decisions like what college to go to. And more recently, how to raise my children. And that's something that I very much appreciated about my mom. She wasn't the kind of mom to tell me what to do. She wasn't a warden by any means. I mean, I barely had a curfew as a teenager. She even kind of like let us curse as teens, kind of saying, Sam, if you really want to curse, do it so it packs a punch. Don't overdo it or it loses its effect. And like, that's what she would tell us when we were like 11. She was the kind of mom who let me make as many decisions on my own as possible, all while being right there by my side, there as a sounding board when I needed to talk, a guide when I needed advice, and a friend when I needed support. Now, throughout my first 12 years of life, Mom's career had many highs and eventually a massive low. She ended up losing her job at McCann Erickson in LA, which was, as you can imagine, a devastating blow to her. She was actually depressed, which is something we don't talk about a lot. She put on a lot of weight. She spent a lot of time in bed watching TV, avoiding the new reality that all she was at that point was a mom. But I remember being thrilled. She was home in the morning to make breakfast. She was home when I got off the bus to make me a snack and to ask me how my day was. And she was home to make and have dinner with us. We did puzzles, we crafted, we played cards, we watched movies. That's when we discovered Barbra Streisand, Carole King, Roberta Flack, Fiddler on the Roof. I mean, it was during those years that I found out what having a mom full-time was like. And many, many years later, Mom admitted to me that she discovered at that time how important her presence was in her daughters' lives. She realized that quality was crucial, sure, but so was quantity. And that had been lacking in the first years of our life. I asked her all those years later if she would have changed anything, knowing how much kids really need from a mom in order for her to do right by them with the quantity and quality demands of motherhood. And she said to me, Sam, if I had known at 33 how much I should have dialed back on my career in order to really be there for you and Jen, I just wouldn't have ever had children. Well, that really stung. But if you understand Rona, then you get it. I mean, the truth is Rona was incredibly intelligent. And she had a deep desire, I'm going to say a need, to use her skill set to make important and meaningful things happen. And motherhood was just not going to cut it. By the time Jen and I were in high school, Mom found ways to bounce back professionally, making money in marketing, and still be a presence in the home. Our parents worked hard their entire lives, but they also played hard. And all throughout our childhood and teen years, Rona and Gerard constantly had guests over, sometimes for a long evening, sometimes for a long weekend. The TV was never on in our house. We didn't even have a TV in the living room of most of the homes that we lived in. People gathered at this house around the table to play cards, to drink, to eat, to share, to laugh, to discuss, to debate, even to sing. And when our parents were alone, they played cards or backgammon. They scoured their cookbooks for a new recipe. Gerard would read the New York Times, even though he didn't understand half the words. And while Rona was on the computer working toward a new professional goal. And it took years of toiling, but Rona bounced back, and she reinvented herself many times, actually. And so did Gerard. After a few more moves in the New York area, Gerard and Rona discovered Millbrook, thanks to his dear friend Michel Jean. They right away fell in love with this town, its people, and its sense of community. And thanks to Mom's gamer friend, Kathy over here, Rona discovered Best Version Media. She was able to channel her years of marketing and advertising experience coupled with years of copywriting to launch magazines in the area. It gave her a new purpose, new pride, new life. I was quite impressed with how much grit she had in her. After all, she was no spring chicken. At this time in my life, as an adult with 2 children, I forged a new relationship with my mom. With Gerard no longer around, taking up her time and energy to cook and to care for him during his long and difficult illness, Rona was finally free. And instead of expecting me to take her in or entertain her on the weekends with my children, Rona pushed to further her own life in both professional and personal ways, which I think is quite a feat for a widow. She was social with friends in the area, continuing to play games. She threw herself in West Virgin media and seemed rather successful in the company. I mean, I couldn't tell because I was her own daughter, so like, what did I know, you know? But as I was skeptical about her potential and her real level of success, given her age, but she must have shown her younger work associates just how creative and intelligent she was, because I have received emails in the last week stating how impressed people have been with Rona's ability to make connections, to find solutions, and to overcome obstacles. She was a fountain of knowledge and a wealth of experience, according to some BVM colleagues. I was and still am extremely proud of my mom for having worked so hard in her 70s and to have achieved success in the publishing industry. Honestly, despite the many differences my mother and I had, I can say without any hesitation that she was nothing short of amazing. It has been difficult all these years to be the daughter of 2 superpowers like Rona and Gerard. I have felt from my early 20s that I was going to be a big disappointment to them because I was nowhere near as intelligent, as creative, as brave, as adventurous, or as talented as my parents. Shit. Yes, Mom, I'm cursing in your eulogy, but it's seldom, so it packs a punch, right? But you know what? The irony of all, because I think I, along with my sister, gave her the greatest gift of all, which was grandmotherhood. In her 60s and 70s, Rona had the desire and the time to be with our children. And I mean really be with our children. She did highlights magazines with them, puzzles, she read books, she sang songs, she worked on the alphabet and on reading skills with my daughter. She even asked for sleepovers, like alone with my kids, like with no nanny. I was shocked. But the look on my mom's face when she held our babies or sang the wheels on the bus with them or played concentration with them, I had never seen that kind of happiness on her face. A look of pure joy, of utter pride. And it was different from the professional accomplishments. This wasn't some intellectual feat. This was all heart. It was love, deep love. Even her words couldn't express. And we all know how great Rona was with words. Mom, I admire you so much, your intelligence and your strength. Thanks to our many years together, through our ups and downs as mother and daughter, because we had plenty, I feel that you will always be by my side, there as my sounding board when I need to talk, my guide when I need advice, my friend when I need support. I will continue to talk to you, to share with you. I'm deeply saddened that you won't be there to respond, but I know you so well, I know exactly what you would say. I am, however, utterly devastated that you have been robbed of years of grandmotherhood, and that my children have been robbed of both their maternal grandparents. Interesting, exciting, and worthwhile grandparents who could have and would have shown them so much about the world, taught them so much about life, and brought so much to their souls. And now it's up to me and their Tata Jenny to teach my kids how to carefully and correctly peel an apple. Gerard, that's for you. And more importantly, how to think, how to make the wisest decision in a difficult situation. I won't ever be able to do you justice, but fuck, Mom, I'll try my hardest. Is there anyone here who would like to say something? I know it's kind of awkward, but if anyone wants to speak, to share a little anecdote about Rona, like, we are perfectly fine with that if anyone feels compelled to do so. Okay, I guess not. Like, we thank you for coming. I'm not gonna lie to you, we've never thrown a funeral before, so
Well, we did for Gerard.
No, but Mom did.
Yeah.
And now, what I wanted to do? Like this morning, I said to myself, and I hate that I can't see everybody. I said to myself, I wish I could bring champagne. I really, I wanted to bring champagne. I wanted to bring her favorite champagne glasses, and I wanted all of us to drink. Because what do we do now? How do we walk away from this without it being super awkward? I guess it's going to have to be. We're just going to be awkward, right? Feel free, obviously, to look around if you want to look at pictures of Rona and Gerard, Rona and her grandkids. There'll be 15 or so, a small second wave.
This is Mom's right-hand man. And I say man because she does everything for my mom.
Yeah. Kim has been with our parents for how many years?
Well,
Our house. And it went from being a cleaning lady to really being one mom. And anytime my mom needed something, Kim was there for things that, and my son and I will be eternally grateful to you for having taken care of Gerard and Rona all these years. It's unreal how much you've done for us. So.
I love you guys.
she's gonna harp on it.
I just want to thank you for sharing her with the world. You really did.
She loved being shared. She did.
Thank you. That's really kind of you.
I don't know who you are.
I'm so sorry.
I'm Mary Beth Kale.
Oh my gosh, you're Mary Beth Kale from.
Colleagues, and there'll be a little article too.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
But she was so special. I mean, Tom, my husband here.
I heard about you guys. My mom would always say to me, like, oh my God, this magazine going, and these people are the coordinators, and this and that. So I've heard the names as the years have unfolded.
Tom was saying how, unless you want to say it.
But go ahead, I don't want to fall out of
We're a hard act to
No, we can have this. She was so intellectual. She made you think. She taught us to think that at the end of the day, it's about the human to human connection for her. And that was so beautiful and reflected, I think, in everything that she did.
Important to be young. And when I got that sense, I thought, okay, maybe they'll come. Glad you guys did. So thank you. And we are awkwardly going to say, how do you end this? Like pour something, serve something. I don't understand what to do now. But you are not glued. You may get up and walk around and look at things if you wish, or you just leave because we can't hug. This is a horrible time in life. And hug, and shake hands. We thank you all for being here. It means a lot to us, and it would have meant the world to Rona. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had absolutely no idea. Thanks so much. Oh, thanks so much, John. Really kind of you to come. Really, thank you so much.
Kathy said this one.
Good.
No, I wish your mom could have written a memoir. She had such a great
It kills me.
story.
Listen to me. And she was supposed to, and we can't find it on the computer. But every time I spoke to her, she said, oh, I put this in the memoir. So I don't know if she was on us, but we're gonna look for it more into the in-depth. For me, every single story was just, Sam and I were trying to sit there and like, what do we say? And we can't because one story goes into another and another. And it was amazing.
All right, well, you girls,
Thank
good
you.
luck with everything.
Thank
Keep in
you.
touch, okay?
We will. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Do it. Yes. No, I'm writing my memory. Yeah, that'd be
I'm hoping that we're gonna empty out the get all the logistics.
I really didn't know
Heartwarming to the max. And I can't wait to meet her, but no
I
one's
also
gonna
feel like it's really messed up
Yeah.
every time I go on Facebook, there's one. We did a documentary yesterday.
Yeah, and that's just.
I still don't know, I watched a lot of that, but when I see her, I'm like, how?
They were.
She might have a long.
Yeah.
You know, we had our schedule.
Pictures are great.
Can everyone have a
Yeah. Beautiful woman,
I know,
huh?
very good. You have to keep her. It's not a fun time. Not a fun time. The world is.
Yeah.
Slowly. I know. Hopefully in a year or two, this will bounce back. That's crazy. It's a horrible time. Of course.
And usually you guys see two or three.
Yeah. Trying to find out.
We usually go like around Christmas.
And so went to the first thing we see. And
Yeah.
Figured, because I had to go in the night before.
And I'm sure you want her
I was
with you.
telling this girl that I was like.
Maybe when we come to town.
I was like, No, that's what we worried about with my mom, but she made it through.
So she was kind enough to come up and spend the night at my house. So I
Lovely to see you again. Thank you so much for coming. Really,
Yeah.
so kind of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Drive home safely.
And I believe I knew she's got a lot of.
Saying, you know, when
I'm
we
gonna try.
down, we should all,
We
push close to her. We should.
should.
And I'm only an hour.
Oh.
Insomnia.
Okay.
I go out of my way to make this special occasion now. Like, okay, Mary, let's put it that way. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. If mom had survived, I would have told her she doesn't move to Danbury. It was halfway.
So I had to go.
I know, I do.
Yeah, she does.
I never had
You know, you guys are two of the first.
We love you. I'm gonna end the live stream, I think.
Should I? Yeah, I mean, who knows if more people are coming? We don't know anything.
But there's still 25 people on. I don't want to say goodbye to you.
So we're expecting maybe more people in the next half an hour. So we might do this again, but it's going to be the same thing. Unless people get up and say new things, but I doubt it.
But we're gonna have to redo our speeches.
We're going to redo our speeches. East Fishkill Living, a beautiful and moving tribute to your mom. You made her proud. Good. I'm so glad. Thank you, Jeannie. I'm glad that you logged on. Oh, Juliette, all these people. This is kind of funny. Vanessa, you're both perfect. Wanted to be so proud. Thank you, guys. Really, I can't read all of these, but thank you for all your comments. Thank you for logging on. And
I hope I should be able to have this to look back on.
Right.
And it's the first time I do a YouTube live, so who knows? But my boobs look good. Just kidding.
Hi, Mar. Thank you. Thank you.
What should we do?
Crazy. I know. We don't get what to do.
Should we keep you people on?
No, they can't. They're not going to do this for another hour. God, some people have lives, but other people.
That's my husband. She didn't mean anything by that.
Cover these boobs
I
up. It's
can't.
wildly inappropriate.
wildly inappropriate. Who curses during her mom's eulogy?
Yeah.
Marie-Josée, vous êtes génial. We are. We're putting on like a little routine here. Your words and stories were so beautiful. It touched my heart. Thank you for including us. Love you both. Thank you. Love you, Cheryl. This is so weird.
It is weird, but I love it.
I feel like we're like influencers now. We're like,
Not really.
No.
No, we're not influencers.
well,
No.
I mean, I am. I bet you tomorrow people are going to start wearing pearls.
Why am I covering my boobs up? All right, so what are we doing? Because we could go on and on for hours doing this. On vous aime, la France. Merci beaucoup pour être là. Et on va terminer le live stream parce que ça fait quand même 1 heure. D'accord? Mouah. Oh, salut ma cousine. T'as rien compris? Ça, c'est pas grave. D'accord? Gros bisous. Mouah. Au revoir tout le monde. Bye everyone.
She was supposed to get better.
Yeah, that's what I
She
thought.
was
I'm sure
supposed to
she
get
was.
better.